Yeah, it was another tough loss. I think it's details in our game that when you're at this level, you kind of have to just be sure of, and the small details we messed up on, and they were able to transition and score some goals on us. Again, I think they didn't outplay us. I think we outplayed ourselves, and we paid the price again tonight.
All right, we've got a question. We'll start with Matt Pollard, Burgundy Waste.
Hey, Andrew, thanks for the time. Given the circumstances, another tough loss in your early time at the club. As someone who's relatively new to the team, what have you noticed in terms of the character of the group and the reaction, just given the repetitiveness of the results?
Yeah, I think the reaction has been, it's been good when we go down. It's just we almost put ourselves too deep into a hole to climb out of before we get a reaction, before we start playing better. You look at last week against LAFC, the second half we were the better team, but we were down 3-0 again. Same thing here. We were down 3-0 before we kind of woke up and started playing. So the reaction has always been good. It's more so starting on the front foot, being in the initiative, and pressing from the beginning and playing as a team. We have to do that before we put ourselves in a hole, and I think if we do that, we'll be in a lot better place.
Go to Brendan Cohen, Denver Post.
Hey, Andrew, thanks for the time. Robin kind of pointed out that I guess the identity of the team right now is not the same where it was at the start of the season. And obviously I know you weren't here, but, from the veterans in the locker room, from the rookies, from the guys who are still having their stocks rise, what is the mindset in that locker room, and about really how they're just going through the school of hard knocks and how still everybody wants it?
Yeah, I mean, until the season's done, you have to give everything you can to this game. Whether the results go your way or not, you're always playing for something. You're playing for a spot on the team for next year. So the mindset has to be that you have to go into every single game as a top professional. You have to give it your all, and if you don't, you're going to get exposed in this league, and you're going to be out of a job. So I don't personally, when I've came in, I don't see anyone giving up. I think everyone's still fighting. Everyone's still trying. I've had the unfortunate time of being in Cincinnati when that wasn't the best, and it's the same thing. Guys are still wanting to play. They're still trying to give it their all. It's just sometimes the results don't go your way, but this is where your true colors come out. This is where people see if you're a professional or not. And so far I've seen nothing but good professionals in the locker room.
Back to Matt.
Andrew, given your past experience that you just mentioned there, how do you combat the feeling or the sense that it's repetitive, either in terms of the results or in that the messaging and what you need to do is just to continue to address the same mistakes? How does the monotony or the repetitiveness of that, how do you not let that get to you or get to the group as a whole?
It's just being mentally tough. This job isn't easy. We get to play soccer for a living, and there's a lot of perks to it, but the mindset, it has to be a top mindset all the time. Whether things are going good or going bad, you have to show up every day and try to improve and give it your best. And at the end of the day, you have to know inside your heart that you gave it your all, and only you are going to know how much you gave every day.
Back to Brendan.
Andrew, looking ahead to Saturday, I know this is going to be your first experience with the Rocky Mountain Cup with Real Salt Lake. What have you seen maybe from watching? What have the guys in the locker room told you? And what is it, I guess, what do you think it could mean for the club as a whole to possibly, use it as any kind of launch pad at all?
Yeah, it's obviously one of the biggest rivalries in the league. There's a trophy at stake, so that's something right there. To play for a trophy, to be able to win something this year, given how the season's gone, is massive. So for me personally, I've played in different rivalries. I've played in the New York rivalry. I think that's one of the biggest ones in the league. So you have to go into that it's going to be a dogfight, that, you know, you're going to have to give everything you can. And, you know, so for me personally, I'm going to try to motivate myself and motivate the team that regardless of what's going on in the season, this is going to be one of the biggest games of the year, and we need to go in there knowing it's going to be a dogfight and be up for the fight.